Hi, it's Panda Movies here. Today I'm going to explain the horror movie called Ghostland. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. Enjoy the video. Colleen, a strong-willed woman, sets out on a journey with her teenage daughters, Beth and Vera, to an unexpected and mysterious place. Their mission? To claim the secluded estate left to them in their Aunt Clarisse's will, who recently passed away. This trip marks a significant moment in the lives of Colleen, Beth, and Vera. It's a mix of honoring their late aunt's memory and entering a new and unknown home. As they travel the winding roads to their inheritance, they carry the weight of the past and the promise of the future. During their journey, Beth, the curious and observant one in the family, comes across a disturbing article that casts a shadow over their expedition. The article tells a chilling story of home invasions where parents are brutally killed, but their daughters are mysteriously spared. This unsettling discovery found in a newspaper adds an unexpected layer of unease to their already somber mission. Little do they know they are not alone on their way to the secluded estate. A mysterious presence, hidden in a nondescript candy truck, follows them from a distance. The driver remains unseen, and the truck moves silently, trailing Colleen, Beth, and Vera with an ominous purpose. The stories of family legacy and the eerie candy truck presence come together to create a sense of discomfort. The inherited home, once a place of comfort, now carries an unsettling vibe, with its secrets waiting to be uncovered. As Colleen, Beth, and Vera approach their late Aunt Clarisse's secluded home, they are unwittingly drawn into a complex web of mystery and unease. The threat of danger gets closer, concealed within the innocent-looking candy truck. Their peaceful inheritance becomes a source of uncertainty. In this narrative, the past and present blend together, and the true nature of their inheritance remains hidden. As the story unfolds, the family's quest for answers and the pursuit of the candy truck's mysterious occupant become a suspenseful tale filled with tension and anticipation. Stepping into Aunt Clarisse's secluded home, Colleen, Beth, and Vera are on the verge of a thrilling journey, where the mysteries of the past and the chilling realities of the present merge into an intricate and suspenseful story. After they settle into the house, two intruders break in and viciously attack the mother and daughters. One of them is a mentally impaired man referred to as the Fat Man, who is physically imposing. The other intruder is known as the Candy Truck Woman. Vera becomes a victim of sexual abuse at the hands of the Fat Man, while Beth attempts to escape, but inadvertently encounters the Candy Truck Woman. When Beth inquires about the intentions of the Candy Truck Woman, she chillingly responds,
"We just want to play with dolls."
Colleen eventually recovers and takes matters into her own hands, eliminating both intruders. 16 years later, Beth has evolved into a successful horror fiction author, residing in Chicago with her husband and son. She makes a guest appearance on a talk show to promote her latest novel, Incident in a Ghostland, which draws inspiration from the harrowing experience that night. Her life takes an unexpected turn when she receives a frantic phone call from her sister, who has been grappling with delusions since the traumatic incident. Her sister implores Beth to return to the family home, where she still resides with their mother. Upon Beth's arrival, Colleen reveals that Vera remains trapped in a nightmarish loop, unable to move forward, and has secluded herself in a padded room in the basement. Beth begins to encounter unsettling dreams, and Vera claims that their tormentors from that dreadful night are still relentlessly pursuing them. In the midst of an intense ordeal, Beth comes across her sister Vera, who is tragically restrained and manipulated to appear like a lifeless doll. Filled with alarm, Colleen promptly contacts emergency medical services and advises Beth to disregard anything Vera might say. Exhausted and overcome by drowsiness, Beth succumbs to sleep, only to wake up later as a captive of the Candy Truck Woman. To her horror, Beth realizes that her face is covered in painful bruises, indicating that she has been subjected to brutal assault. As she searches the premises, she discovers Vera, who too bears the scars of a violent attack in the underground quarters. Overwhelmed by distress, Beth instinctively holds Vera responsible for their injuries, but Vera implores her sister to confront the painful truth. Haunted by a buried memory, Beth reveals a shocking revelation that sheds light on their harrowing past. The candy truck woman was the actual culprit responsible for the murder of their mother, and Beth has been envisioning her adulthood as a coping mechanism to dissociate from this traumatic reality. Beth stumbles upon Vera, seemingly lifeless and dressed up as if she were a porcelain doll. As if things couldn't get more disturbing, Colleen arrives at the scene just as Beth reaches out to touch Vera, urging her friend not to heed anything Vera might say due to her fragile state. The situation takes a turn for the worse as Beth suddenly falls into unconsciousness, only to awaken later in the company of someone even more sinister than before, the infamous candy truck lady. Upon regaining consciousness, Beth realizes she is now captive and begins to examine her body, finding signs of physical abuse scattered across every inch of exposed skin. To make matters worse, Vera remains nearby, bloodied and battered beyond recognition. Despite her own traumatic condition, Beth accuses Vera of causing her pain. Yet despite the confusion and agony, Vera continues to plead with Beth to acknowledge the reality around them and confront what truly occurred on that tragic night so many years ago. With mounting desperation, Vera persists in appealing to her sibling while simultaneously attempting to explain away any doubts or misconceptions Beth may have about their shared past. Eventually, flashbacks begin to flood Beth's mind, illuminating long-forgotten details of that pivotal evening. Before long, the truth becomes clear. The candy truck lady did indeed kill their mother, leaving Beth with no choice but to fabricate a fictional adult life in order to endure the psychological scars inflicted upon her innocent youth. The revelations come crashing down like waves, prompting Beth to finally grasp the severity of her suppressed childhood memories and forced compartmentalization of trauma. In one part of the story, the main character Beth tries to escape from her difficult life as a captive. In her daydream, she imagines herself at a fancy party with famous people like her favorite writer, H.P. Lovecraft. But her peaceful dream turns chaotic when she sees her younger self, Vera, in trouble and crying for help. Beth decides to leave her comfort zone and go on a dangerous journey to rescue her kidnapped sister. Beth faces two tough enemies, a fat man and a mean woman who drives a candy truck. They are violent and don't want to talk, so Beth has to fight them to free herself and her sister. The police arrive and help Beth defeat the bad guys by using their weapons carefully. Even though they win, Beth is tired and can't relax because she and Vera have to deal with the emotional aftermath of what happened. Finally, they go to the hospital with close supervision to get medical help. They leave behind the place where their tormentors lived and whatever was left of their normal life before they got involved with these bad people. The last image in this part of the story shows a ghostly vision of their dead mom saying a gentle goodbye among the many people who came to help.